So the glycolysis, right? So the glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell and is present in all living organisms. Glucose and fructose are phosphorylated to give rise to glucose 6 phosphate give rise to glucose 6 phosphate by the activity of the hexokinase enzyme. Okay, ATP is utilized at two steps. The first in the conversion of glucose into glucose 6 phosphate, and the second in the conversion of fructose into fructose 6 phosphate into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Okay, PGAL is a glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. So when PGAL is converted to 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate, NADH plus H plus is formed. Okay, NADH plus H plus is formed. Okay, the conversion of BPGA to 3-phosphoglyceric acid also an energy yielding process. So it gives the ATP. Another ATP synthesis during the conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvic acid. How many ATP molecules are directly synthesized? 4 from one glucose molecule, and net gain is 2. Pyruvic acid is then the key product of glycolysis. Now fermentation. So there is like pyruvic acid can convert it into lactic acid and can convert it into ethanol and CO2. There is formation of NAD+. Now the enzymes pyruvic acid decarboxylase and alcohol dehydrogenase catalyze this reaction. Which reaction? Formation of ethanol and CO2 from pyruvic acid. And when the lactic acid, it is lactate dehydrogenase. Yeast poison themselves to death when the concentration of molecule reaches about 30%. Aerobic respiration is the process that leads to a complete oxidation of organic substance in the presence of oxygen and releases CO2, water and large amount of energy. Now aerobic respiration. Okay, the first process takes place in the matrix of the mitochondria, while the second process is located on the inner membrane of the mitochondria. So the reaction catalyzed by pyruvic dehydrogenase require the participation of several coenzymes including NAD plus and coenzyme A. So pyruvic acid plus acetyl coenzyme A plus NAD plus in presence of magnesium plus 2 in pyruvate dehydrogenase forms the acetyl coenzyme A, CO2 plus NADH plus H plus. Okay. The acetyl coenzyme then enters a cyclic pathway that tricarboxylic acid cycle. This is Krebs cycle. Now tricarboxylic acid cycle. So TCA cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl group with the oxaloacetic acid and water to yield citric acid.